everyone, and welcome back. We are nearing the end of 2024, so I wanted to go over my top 10 purchases of the year. Considering both designer and contemporary, I definitely dove into a lot of contemporary brands this year because I really wanted to take the time to explore different fashion houses that weren't necessarily within that designer or luxury category. I have to say I had much success with the ones that I did explore, but with all that being said, I definitely added some great designer or luxury end pieces to my collection, and make sure you stick to the end because I definitely had to add a little honorable mention. Let's start off with some small pieces, and those are going to be two little SOGs. So I wanted to talk first about the Coach card holder. I was so impressed by the quality of this card holder. First of all, the color is absolutely beautiful. I definitely go more towards the pops of colors on SOGs just because I love looking inside of my handbag and seeing a bunch of either patterns or colors within, since I tend to keep the colors of my handbags very, very simple. It is a very supple and soft leather, and it's very easy to put your cards inside and extremely easy to take them back out. Really quick comparison, which I'll do another video kind of like on my latest purchases, kind of, first impressions. But I just added the YSL card holder into my collection in this stunning color that I'm currently obsessed with. And I can definitely feel the difference in regards to the leather. This one I am struggling a little bit as to getting in and taking my card out. I know that with time the leather will definitely soften up on this piece, but the Coach card holder, it was good to go from the start. My Laurent loafers from Sam Edelman, basically, they needed absolutely no break-in period to start wearing them. That's exactly how this one was. Sticking with SOGs, I want to jump into a purchase that I honestly never thought would make it onto such a list like this one, and it is my Hermes Calvi. This is the Calvi Duo because it does have a cute little kind of extra pocket in the interior. Guys, I did a video on pieces that I would never add from Hermes, and this piece was in there. And when I did that video, I had so many people comment about the fact that they loved their Calvi and their Calvi Duos. And it just kind of stuck in the back of my mind, and I was like, maybe I just need to give it a shot. And that's exactly what I did. So again, I asked my SA for a pop of color, and then a few days later, she actually wrote to me and was like, hey, I have this one in Rose Azali. I didn't know what the color shade was, and she sent me a picture, and I thought it was the perfect pop of color that I needed, and it is stunning. I do like that it has the additional little pocket. I tend to just stick little memorabilia or something in there, but it is nice that it has that. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this pocket actually slides out completely. So let's say that you do use it for coins or anything like that, you can slide it out completely in order for it to be easy for you to get your coins, and then it literally slides back in and you're good to go. The construction of this piece is also one of those pieces that shows you the craftsmanship that Hermes is known for. And if you're just starting your Hermes collection, or if you just want to have a leather piece from the fashion house, I think that this is a great little addition to have. Of course, there's gonna be handbags in this list, but before we dive into those, I want to dive into two pair of shoes that I added into my collection this year that have definitely blown my mind as to comfort wise. Let's start off with some that I had been eyeing for so long, and they are the YSL tribute sandals. I just love the very sleek kind of style that these sandals offer. I am a die-hard fan of slide sandals. I live in Miami, so I wear sandals pretty much year round, and I knew that I wanted to add these at some point. I have never been a fan of the Hermes Laurent sandals. I've mentioned that numerous times in various videos that I have done, but I feel like on me, I just don't like how they look on my foot. So I knew that those were never going to be added into my collection or into my shoe collection, but I knew that I wanted these. So one day we were at the mall, it was my birthday month, and I was like, you know what, it's time. Guys, these sandals required absolutely no break-in period. I wore them the first time around to go to the mall, walked close to 7,500 steps, and my feet were like nothing. They didn't feel any discomfort. There was no rubbing anywhere. They were so comfortable from the start. I will say that the SA that helped me that day did tell me to size up half a size. I have wide feet, so I probably would have need to have sized up that half a size anyways. So I recommend that if you do have a boutique near you, you definitely go in to try it out. For slides, normally I size up anyways because I don't like my heel to be coming out of the slide as I'm walking. So I definitely like to give it that little bit of room that it needs. And as you can see, the style of this shoe is kind of very slim at the top. And me having wider feet, obviously, I definitely wanted it to be comfortable once I did wear them. Heading to another pair of shoes that required no break-in period, and to my surprise, were the Hermes Santorini sandals. So, as I said, I'm a huge fan of slide sandals, but I also love a good kind of like ankle moment sandal or heel, and the Santorinis have that style to them. So as you can see, they kind of have, you know, this cute little back part, and then they tie around your ankle, which I think kind of gives it a little bit of a dressier look. These are so comfortable, you guys, so comfortable. I do feel that they are a little bit wider than the YSL Tribute sandals, and also this H part kind of lays a little bit lower on your foot. However, with all that being said, I cannot recommend these enough. Like, I have heard horror stories about the Laurents, and when I tried my Oasis were very comfortable from the start as well. So I was like, okay, the Santorinis are definitely going to be like the sister pair to the Laurent sandals. I am probably going to hate them, but I wanted to give them a try because I really love them. I was honestly blown away. Again, a pair that I've used to walk numerous amounts of steps and have felt no discomfort whatsoever. But yeah, Santorini's definitely a way to go if you are considering adding a pair of flat sandals. All right, so let's get into the category that I'm sure many of you are wanting to see. And guys, do I need to say more? I mean, come on, you knew that this was gonna make it into this list. It is well known that this is honestly, I think like the best lifetime purchase as a handbag lover. I don't consider myself a collector because I don't buy bags just to collect them. I want to buy my bags to use them, to love them, to incorporate them, to grab them, give them their own kind of character and life. So as the handbag lover that I am, this was the ultimate dream for me. I know that for others, their ultimate dream might be a completely different bag, a completely different brand for that matter. For me, this was my holy grail, end all kind of be all sort of handbag. I just felt like with all the history that this fashion house holds, with the history that this handbag holds, with the way that this handbag is constructed, this was a bag that I knew I wanted to have in my collection to be able to experience for myself and to be able to build like its own little history with me. So my Birkin, my nugget, as you guys all know her, this is definitely the best purchase of this year. I still sometimes look at her and can't believe that she's mine. I can't believe that I've built such a great relationship with my SA, that it's been so enjoyable, because I do feel like the Hermes journey has such a on and off kind of like bad rep to it really. And to be honest, I have experienced some of the, you know, kind of frustrating moments as to like, when is your bag gonna get here sort of thing, you know, the waiting, the patience game. But it's been enjoyable for me. Like, I go in and I enjoy visiting my SA, you know, we have a good time. I always make sure that I have a ongoing wish list just so that I am going in and adding pieces into my collection that I know that I'm going to love and use. As I have mentioned previously, I'm currently sort of working on being able to obtain the Kelly as well, just because I ultimately think that those two handbags will be classics, forever pieces in my handbag collection. And then we'll see where my Hermes assertive journey takes me after that. Continuing on with handbags, I also opted to add a little bit of color this year, which you guys know is very out of my comfort zone. And I added the Strathberry Mosaic Nano when we visited Scotland during our anniversary this year in April. And I am so surprised at how much I've actually incorporated this little piece. Believe it or not, I honestly kind of looked at it and saw it as a neutral, to be honest. It is such a nice yellow shade. Like, it's not a bright yellow, it's not a pastel. It kind of has like a little bit of a dark undertone to it. So when I wore my black outfits, I felt like she was the perfect little statement piece. And even with other colorful outfits, I know, colorful outfits that I decided to incorporate this year, this one would just finish off the look so perfectly. It is a good size for it being a nano bag. Your phone will fit, so my iPhone 15 Pro Max does fit in here. However, do keep in mind that even though it will fit inside, it does take a little bit of space and it is a little bit uncomfortable to maneuver the rest of your things once you're gonna place them inside. I highly recommend you check out Strathberry. I feel like their handbags are very well made, and the leather in this piece is, again, one of those very like kind of soft malleable leathers, which I personally really enjoy. All right, so we'll take it back to the handbags in a moment. Next up, I wanted to share a piece of jewelry which I added and I am totally obsessed with, and that is the Hermes, I believe it's called the wedding band on their website. And I knew that I wanted to add an Hermes ring when my husband got me the kind of matching earring and necklace set from them in rose gold late last year. He actually got it for me for Christmas. So I knew that I wanted to add another rose gold piece. I am obsessed with Hermes rose gold. I feel like it is the perfect shade of rose gold. And even though I was eyeing one in particular, I'll pop up the picture because I currently blanked on the name. When I tried that one on in the boutique, I did feel like it was a little bit too overwhelming for the way that I wanted to style the ring. So I do have my Cartier Justin Clou ring, which I wear on my middle finger most of the time. So I wanted a nice little dainty piece to wear on my pointer finger. So I had this one again on my wish list, and when I went to visit my SA, she didn't have it in store, but she said, we can order it for you. If you don't like it, you can always return it. And that's exactly what we did. I fell in love with it. I am obsessed with this little piece. I feel like it is the perfect little dainty ring to add to kind of like my ring stack. Okay, so next up is actually some clothing pieces, and these are one brand I discovered this year. The other one I had heard of, but I finally ended up adding a piece this year, and that is Farm Rio and Cleo Bella. So I added two stunning statement dresses into my collection, and I honestly feel like I will be continuing using those for the upcoming years. I love my Farm Rio dress. So as I said, I had added my Strathberry piece, which is right here. And this Farm Rio dress popped up, I think it was for the resort collection, and I was like, I need that dress in order to pair this beautiful piece with her. So that was a whole ordeal, ended up going on sale. One of you here, Stephanie, reached out and was like, May, the dress is like on extra sale. So from like $300 that it was, I ended up getting it for like $120, and I definitely wore that dress a handful of times this year. Absolutely love it. So well made. The details on that dress are just stunning. And then Cleo Bella is more or less kind of like the same idea. They kind of release small batches of their collections, and they released this particular dress. We were heading to Doha later on in the year, and I thought that it would be a great addition to have. It paired beautifully with my Birkin, and I just thought that the prints of that dress were perfect for fall and winter, especially since I live in a warmer climate and I'm able to incorporate, you know, those styles of clothing anyways pretty much year round. So another major win into my closet. I know that these are pieces that obviously are kind of dedicated for specific occasions, but regardless of the fact, I'm still so happy that I have them, and I will definitely be wearing them a lot more in the upcoming year. So to finish off, last two bags that I have added this year that I am extremely happy that I have, that I really feel like they have been great purchases for 2024. Let's start off with my Polene seam. This is in the size mini, and I just love, one, the silhouette of this bag. You could cinch it in and it looks smaller this way, but then you can also bring the sides out and you give it a completely different look. It's so sleek and so like slimline that it just falls underneath your arms so comfortably. I went with the color black just because I wanted to have a travel tote that I can just grab and use rather than going the Longchamp route, which you guys know I love using my Longchamp bags when we travel. But I wanted to have something a little bit more dressy in a way, and this one definitely checked off all the boxes. I also really enjoy the fact that you can go ahead and cinch in the sides. It makes it a little bit of a smaller sort of tote. You have the top handle, so it's easy to incorporate for nights out as well. And then you also have the very comfortable shoulder strap in order to carry it on your shoulder. If you are considering the seam, every time that I talk about this bag, I feel like I say the same thing over and over again, but I definitely recommend that you grab it. I went with the size mini. It definitely fits a punch. You can fit so much in here. You could fit a laptop. However, I would recommend not to because it does lay kind of funny. So if carrying a laptop is a must for you, then I definitely recommend you go the larger size in that case. Next up, this is a new addition, but I already know it is a hit and a best purchase of 2024. And that is the Coach Mini Eliza. Guys, how cute is this little bag? I've said it before, but I'm the type of person that even though I think for like formal events, a lot of us ultimately want to gravitate towards clutches. I just love a good top handle. And I think a cute little tiny bag like this with a top handle is just so adorable. It definitely dresses up your outfit, but it also makes a statement. I loved the kind of monochromatic look to this piece. And again, I already know that she is a huge hit. I've used her twice since I've gotten her, and I don't think it's been a month yet. And even though she's tiny, again, one of those that definitely fits your essentials. My phone, my 15 Pro Max, unfortunately does not fit inside, but that's not something that bothers me. However, all that being said and all the great things that she does have, I do want to point out that this is their, I believe it's called their glove tan leather, and it is a very soft, fragile leather. So the first day I wore it, she behaved well. She had a great time. When I got back home the next day, I went ahead and tried to open her in order to remove my things inside, and I nipped it with my nail, and she already has a little kind of love mark, as we like to call them, on her. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is one of those pieces that I want to use it for special events just because, you know, it is such a cute little tiny bag. But if it is something that you do plan on, like, you know, being a little bit more kind of rough with her, then I would definitely try to steer away from this type of leather in particular. But anyways, I still think that it has been a great addition. It doesn't hurt me as much because, you know, this one I believe was under $140. And I knew that a smooth leather will always show somewhere at some point. I just didn't think it was going to be so soon. But I'm okay with that. I do feel like bags just look so elegant and so chic in the smooth leather. But you guys know my love-hate relationship with it. I definitely will not be splurging on a smooth leather handbag. So I feel like I kind of got my itch out of the way with this one. All right, and then last but not least, before we finish off this video, I just wanted to share that quick honorable mention, and it is going to be the Hermes Calvi belt. I'm actually gonna get up because I'm wearing one today. I have mine on in the gold. I added this one after adding my Birkin because obviously I needed to have a matching Calvi belt to go with her. I also added the black earlier on this year because I loved my etoupe so much, which I added late last year. Guys, if you are considering adding the Calvi belts, I highly recommend them. Yes, are they extremely overpriced for belts? Absolutely, but what isn't overpriced in Hermes? I do feel like once you add one, you're going to be hooked. I love that they are adjustable. So you can easily use them in to cinch in a piece. You can use them to wear with jeans as I am right now. You can use them to wear with dress pants, with a dress if you just want to cinch in your waist. I mean, the possibilities are honestly endless. And the combinations are so good. So I have two in the gold hardware. I have one in the rose gold hardware. And I have on my wish list a palladium hardware one with some sort of gray shade. I'm currently loving that sort of monochromatic gray tones at the moment. So yeah, that's one that hopefully will come into my collection in 2025. but I definitely wanted to mention the Kelly belts in this video because they have also been a great purchase of the year. So that does it, you guys, for my top 10 best purchases of 2024. I would love to hear what you added into your collection and what you loved adding into your collection from all of those purchases of this particular year. I want to wish every single one of you a happy holiday season. Hope you are spending it with your loved ones and doing what you love most. As always, I am extremely thankful for each and every one of you. I love that you come and spend a little bit of time with me, and of course, I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.